Hello, welcome to Dinner at Mesrick's. My name is Calvin. They call me Mez today. I'll answer that question in a moment. Today I have a wonderful guest, somebody that none of you know, and somebody that I personally don't know. The wonderful Maria from the UK. She's brought us a delicious Greek dish. A question that everyone asks, a question that everyone is always wondering when they log into this podcast. Maria, how the fuck are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. You asked me on my alcohol intake right before I started the record, and I figured I'd get this on record. I am doing better. I'm doing, like I mentioned a little bit before, I'm doing the douchey beer snob thing. So I'm trying to drink like nicer beers and less of them.
That's always good. To be honest, I thought you were going to dodge the question when you was like, right, we're starting the podcast.
No, I'm a raging alcoholic, Maria, but you know, they don't like to hear that, you know. No, I got into a mindset a long time ago where I was just drinking a lot. I had the bottle next to my gaming setup and I just pour shots when I died in the game or poured shots when we were loading into the next match, or it was just a terrible cycle of like, wow, what the hell? Yeah.
So basically the drinking game by yourself?
By myself, or even on stream, and I'd get shitty. And it's like, it's fun to watch a couple times, but overall, it's like, if that's the main, the whole like main line of it, you're like, all right, this guy's losing his mind. So we've cut back a little bit. We're drinking nicer beers. We're drinking less beers. I brought up White Lightning because we have something called malt liquor here, which is like really cheap shit beer. And I don't have an equivalent in the UK, and White Lightning is the one that always comes up.
Right. I mean, I've never even heard of White Lightning, to be honest. So
it was a 3-liter bottle for like £4 of cider.
Right.
which should be illegal. But you have brought us this wonderful dish. It's what, Tava?
Tava. Yes, it is.
So
it's a great dish.
Talk to me about why you picked this dish.
Why did I pick this dish? First of all, it's really easy to make. I hope it was easy to make.
Yeah, I was panicking, but then I was cutting up everything and I found out that I'm pretty decent at this.
Yeah, it's easy, right? You just have to just chop everything super chunky and then just put it in the tray in the oven. But yeah, no, I grew up having this quite a bit. My grandma used to make it a lot. So did my mum. So yeah, that's why I chose it.
The keftedes that I had last time was also a dish that grandma made. Was this a dish that only grandma made this correctly, or?
Oh yeah, like she used to make it the best, for sure, 100%. But yeah, keftedes are another one. They also bang. So yeah, that's it.
I was listening to the episode I was talking to Yanni about, and I was sitting there like mouthful of food, like, Yanni, I'm going to let you talk, but I need to say these are the most amazing things I've ever eaten. Like,
right, they're so good.
It blew me away. I'd never had, what's the cucumber sauce?
Zanziki.
Yeah, the tzatziki.
Yeah, tzatziki. Sorry.
No, I just looked it over on my screen on the left side. And the tatziki, I wrote it down. I went, I probably got that wrong.
Tatziki, it's all right. I've had them all.
You mentioned that you hadn't cooked this before. You had eaten this before.
No.
I'm sorry?
No, I have not.
Is that because the household makes it, you don't make it?
Well, yeah. My parents just used to make it. I never used to cook it, so yeah, it's just what I've seen them do. But yeah, it's okay. It's turned out pretty good. Still, the potatoes could have used some more cooking, but it's all right.
I don't cook with lamb ever.
Yeah.
So this is a very different flavor profile than I'm used to.
Yeah.
The recipe. I'm sorry.
What's it saying? Do you like the lamb?
I love it. I absolutely love it. Like I'm putting the lamb to the side so that I eat the other things, so that I'm not just scarfing down the lamb. And I didn't use enough lamb. I should have used more lamb.
How much lamb did you do?
I only did like maybe like 3/4 of a pound, and there was bones in them, so I should have gotten like 2 pounds. Like it needs to be like I think this is mostly onion and potato for me, which is wonderful. The flavor's all there, but I definitely need to double half the onion, half the potato, double the meat for what I'm looking 100%. For.
Need the flavor going. But yeah, these are quite small bits of meat, and the bone is like, yeah, no, I get it. To be honest, I should have done the same. I only got 6 necks of lamb. I probably should have got more.
So you said neck, and I went to a man and said, I need lamb neck. And I was pretty intoxicated yesterday. I drank about 6 beers. We were having a fun time, and I got really stoned before I went into the store. So I looked at a man, eyes glazed over, and I went, I need lamb neck. And he goes, What the fuck is that? Well, like, like the things that they like talk out of, bah. And he goes, no, I know what noise lambs make. We don't have that.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a... What I saw when I was Googling it originally, I typed in lamb neck because I'm an idiot and I'm not going to go to 5 stores if it's not there.
Yeah.
Lamb neck shoulder is what kept popping up. So I got lamb shoulder. So that was fine. I got the fattier part, like the fat didn't quite render off. I think I needed to pre-brown the meat also. I think that would have been good, soaking in that flavor.
I was thinking of doing that, but then I was like, can I be bothered to do that? No. So I just put it in the oven. But usually you just put it in the oven and it's fine. We don't usually brown any meat off when we do this dish.
But yeah, no, I couldn't find that part. And that was the first holdup. But also, most of these recipes are an interpretation of what I believe the recipe should be. Because, of course, I'm not fucking Greek. I'm a Mexican kid in fucking Washington. It's not going to come down like that,
Yeah.
I thank you for the suggestions because the Google I looked up for the recipe actually didn't have any of the spices that you suggested. The cinnamon is fucking banging right now.
Right.
I didn't realize the cinnamon would add so much. My house smells fucking amazing right now.
Exactly. Yes, it's amazing. When you cook with cinnamon, it's so good. But what other spices couldn't you find? Because there's not a lot in here. Salt, pepper, cinnamon.
No, it wasn't that I couldn't find them. The recipe didn't call for them. When I looked up it was a Cypriot lamb and tomato or lamb and potato dish. So I'm like, all right, Cypriot, that's the Greeks. That's Yanni's mom. So I went with that. And then with all the spices, and they gave exact measurements, but I was kind of winging the whole thing. So I just started dumping shit in. Because you go with what feels right. Like my mom always told me, like, channel what you feel is good. Other cultures would be like channel the ancestors. You know what I mean?
That's what you had to do. That's what I did. Yeah, I don't go by like grams and whatever. It's got to taste as you go along as well.
Do you think you would make it, other than, of course, browning it a little bit and all the little things, do you think you would make this dish differently next time? Or would you stick back to more just rudimentary, what you know and how you know? And do you think it would come out differently is, I guess, my question, really.
Yeah. I think I'd definitely use a bit more meat to what potatoes and tomatoes I had. But I think I would do the same process, but I'd leave it in the oven a lot longer, I think. Just so the meat is a bit softer. And then like the last, I don't know how long, maybe half an hour, just take whatever's covering it off and then just let it kind of brown off. I think that's just what I'll do differently. But other than that, not really.
My urge as an American was to grab cheese and cover it. What would you put instead of cheese, though?
Instead of cheese? Why would you want to put cheese with lamb?
No, I was staring at it. I'm like, I should put cheese on it. And then I went, no, it didn't call for that. I don't know what the flavor. That's the thing. I'm not a cook. That's why I started this podcast. I'm a fucking idiot. Like,
no, not even. But cheese, that's interesting. Do you have cheese with a lot of things though that you cook?
A fair amount. More often than not, you'll find cheese in American dishes, especially like I'm lactose intolerant, so of course I'm attracted to heavy cream sauces and everything else. I just ignore it.
Well, you just have it anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, we throw cheese on a lot. Really, it's just like we have bullshit shredded cheese we make bullshit quesadillas with once in a blue moon. We have a nice shredder too, so we can, I'll use that shred up some cheddar for my eggs in the morning or something. But no, yeah, cheese is a staple. Like the Korean dipping, like the Korean fucking fried chicken with the dipping cheese. That's like an American ideal. That's something we aspire to. If every meal can be like something we can dunk in cheese, we're about it. You're
winning.
It's a dub.
You're winning.
If you offer me cheese sauce with something, I'm already having a better experience. You're getting $5 more, really? as my server. No question. I'm a fat kid. Like, I've lost some weight. I'm working on my thing. I'm going back to my kickboxing, but I'm a fat kid at heart. I've always been a fat kid because I was raised healthy.
Yeah.
My mom raised me really healthy. We had, chicken and rice and a lot of healthy things growing up. I barely had fast food. Now that I'm an adult and paying my own way, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, Carl's Jr. Fuck yeah, Taco Bell. So
it's all great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I know. It's like having to cook for yourself and having to think every single day what to eat. It's just a struggle sometimes. So yeah, Mackey's sometimes drive-through is great.
Well, even there,
But
I don't cook as much as my roommate does. My roommate's got the fiance, so he's got to keep her fed. You got to keep the lady happy, of course.
no.
And he's learning as I'm learning, but he cooks very differently than I do because he wings it. I'll wing a recipe. He wings everything. He's like, I don't know. I think I read this in a book once, and he'll just go for it. And he's fucking killing it on the recipes recently. She's also killing it on the recipes. They're getting married. They're getting married this year. They're looking to have kids in the next couple of years. I want them to get their like familial fucking recipes down. Like when mom makes shrimp Alfredo, you know it's gonna bang. Shrimp Alfredo night fucks. You know what I mean? Like, so.
I've never had that, but yeah, it sounds.
You've
great.
never had shrimp Alfredo?
No, I'm sorry. I haven't.
Well,
what is it? Explain.
Well, it's just like an Alfredo, like it's just an Alfredo with, instead of like chicken, you just throw shrimpy in there. It's not so much a scampi. It's just Alfredo with the protein mixed in. You know, I love shrimp. I'm the kid that my mom would buy an additional plate of shrimp when parties would happen when I was a kid, because she's like, he's just going to fucking eat all of it. I'm just going to give him his own plate of shrimp so everyone else can have shrimp. Yeah, fat
That's
kid.
Cute. That's cute. No.
But it's funny that you have these opinions on cooking when you, in fact, yourself are a professional chef.
Yeah.
Why does a professional chef not want to cook for themselves? I know it's a stupid question. I see it a lot on the TikToks and the Instagrams and the YouTubes. Yeah. They're like, I struggle as a chef. I'm like, bitch, you are the greatest. You can literally look like, oh, I've got pine nuts and fucking deer ball sack. All right, let's make some fucking, foie gras. I don't fucking, you guys can create, you are alchemists. And you're like, nah, fuck cooking. Mackey's, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, it's sad. I think because you're just at work all day, and then coming home to having to do what you do at work all day, it's just, you have no energy and you just want something super quick. Like my go-to is either super noodles or like the packet noodles or pasta with butter and Parmesan, and that's it. And that is it.
How many hours are you normally working at your shift? You don't have to tell me where you work. We're not blasting that out, but how many hours are you working on your shift?
So I do maybe 50 to 50 plus hours a week.
Yeah, no wonder you don't want to fucking cook. All right.
I cook after doing all that. And it's just like back to back, like either like 2 doubles in a row, or like I'll have a late shift and I have to be up early again. And it's just my fuel for the day is coffee, maybe like 4 coffees and the odd bit of bread, and that's it. That is it.
Yeah, Yanni mentioned your Starbucks intake.
Yeah, it's not even Starbucks. I don't know. It's like what we get from at work. But yeah, it's not the best diet. It's not. I should probably fix that. But
do you work out?
No.
You're just fighting the good fight.
I do not work out. I think walking my dog is the exercise that I get whenever I have time to walk my dog, because it's mainly my brother walking my dog or my parents. So yeah, I would say I should probably change a few things. Start exercising.
I mean, what would you do first? Cutting out coffee and replacing it with like some sort of tea, or would you start working out?
Oh, yes. Yeah, the coffee intake is not good, especially on an empty stomach. Probably cut that. Probably have some fruit and veggies. They're always good. I don't really have a lot of those. Yeah, probably making more time. Yeah.
I work at a grocery store, so I understand seeing food and not wanting to eat food.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you start your day out with like, I don't know, some granola or some bullshit? Like everybody's got like a health tip, but like what is it that's like, I'm not going to fucking eat and I'm going to make all this goddamn food all day?
Yeah. I mean, fruit. Sometimes I'll say I'll have fruit. That's just like easy to just cut when I have time. But yeah, again, that's not very substantial.
Yeah, not sustainable is the word we'd use.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where did your love of cooking come from? I know that Yanni touched on the Greeks and their love of, getting their hands in that pot.
Yeah.
How did it turn into a career for you instead of just like a hobby that you enjoyed?
Well, I guess growing up, I was a lot with my grandma, so she was cooking all the time. Same with my parents, everything was just around food. It was just like a huge thing. And I never really thought about it growing up, like, yeah, I really want to be a chef. Probably after I stopped doing photography, I just lost interest in that. I kind of had to find a job. My parents were like, you need to find a stable job. I was like, okay. So I looked it up and I found this internship and it was chefing. And yeah, I just kind of went for it. That's where it all kind of began.
How long were you doing photography?
From 17 to around maybe 22. So quite a while. I started from college and then continued, tried to do my own thing, but then yeah, I just wasn't motivated to do it. I just lost interest completely. And then, yeah, started cooking.
Was it the amount of headhunting that you had to do for it, or was it just like, is it an oversaturated market still?
Yeah, no, it's just like trying to find, say, models and also the money as well. Like it was quite expensive having all your equipment and maintaining it. And yeah, it was too much hassle for me.
Do you have equipment that you take to and from work, like a set of knives or like some certain thing, or is everything at the restaurant?
Well, yeah, no, you have like your own knives and everything. Every now and again, I'll like take them home to sharpen them. But, yeah, other than that, I have my chef whites at home. But yeah, I don't really have to take much, just have to turn up. So yeah, it's pretty easy.
Do you feel like when you put on your chef whites, you're kind of like putting on a gi, like a kickboxer or something would do? Do you feel like that's when you're getting in the game, or do you just click in?
Yeah, no, I feel like definitely like wearing your uniform like helps. And as soon as you step into the kitchen, like, yeah, you just know you have to kind of get on with it and yeah, start your day. No matter how tired you are, you just kind of just carry on going. You don't really feel the tiredness until actually when I'm on the tube and I'm like falling half asleep. That's when it kind of hits you. But yeah, throughout the day, it's fine. Yeah.
Do you have a good team that works with you? That's one of the reasons that I've stayed at the job that I've stayed at for so long. I stock grocery shelves. Like, it's not glamorous, but I make fucking buku bucks for bullshit shit, you know?
That's all. That's good. Yeah, that's what you want. Yeah, no, I have a great team. All of them are really great. I'm close with most of them, and that really helps. You're literally there 24/7, so I feel like if you didn't like your team, you should probably move. But yeah, no, they're all really, really cool guys. All of them. What about you, though? Are you close with everyone at work?
It's a weird relationship that I do have with everyone. I have a certain amount of candor that I don't have with normal human beings because they're used to me. I'm kind of crazy. Openly, everybody knows, you know. I'm a little crazy. I'm a little off the cuff. And it's not like, whoa, he's wild. Whoa. No, I'm, you know. But I've learned that A, there will be people that accept you, and B, the most important thing I can do is persevere at this gig because they get me. They understand me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm no, you know, I'm not a pushover and I'm not a fucking, you know, brown noser. I'll say it to your face. Yeah. They're like, hey, you do this? I went, fuck no. And they're like, all right, Cal, have a good day, I guess. I'm like, no, you have a great day. And it's a relationship that I have with my managers that, you know, we make the joke of we break managers because every manager that has managed us has gone on to do great things and then left the company. So we must be honing them well, you know, like a sharpening stone.
Yeah.
But
how long have you been there for?
Oh God, I had my performance review a couple weeks ago, and they're like, "Oh, Calvin, you've been here for 8 years." I went, "Fuck me."
8 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I got fired from a gig working at a restaurant because some lady lied and fucking called corporate. I admit I was rude to the woman, but I didn't say any of the shit that she said I said. So, yeah. So,
oh, shit.
Yeah. So I got fired a long time ago. Crazy, remember? And then I ended up just kind of mulling around for a little bit doing temp work. And then my neighbor was like, hey, I've got an opening on my job. Do you want to come down? And then it's midnight to 8 in the morning. I went, all right, I can do that. And
midnight to 8 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm a gremlin.
Then you get tired.
Yeah, but I sleep at like 3 p.m. It was funny because one of the reasons that this job works so well is during that time I was just video gaming with Yanni. That's when I met him, when we were doing the Destiny shit. And he got off work at about 9 a.m. my time, and I'd get off around 3 p.m. my time. So it worked really well. That's why a big chunk of my clan for a while in Destiny was like London-based people, UK-based people, European-based people.
Yeah.
And I adore and love that they deal with me being like, Tuesday, innit? They're like, please stop. Please stop. It doesn't have to be this way. But no, so my schedule worked really well and I just never really changed it. We've kind of edited it a little bit. So we've made our own schedules, but we're still coming in around 10 or 11 at night and getting out of there around 6 or 7 in the morning. No customers. It's kind of nice. I've worked in a bunch of restaurants, and I miss working in a restaurant. I was a pretty damn good server. I got the quick tongue.
You're a people person.
Yeah, and they always loved me. I mean, I had so many regulars at that Red Robin. I missed the job, but it probably would have killed me.
Yeah. Hospitality doesn't really give you very social hours.
Well, because you don't have to work with. Do you ever have to talk to customers?
Oh no. No. I can't say I'm a people person.
Would you flip the food into their face?
No. I wouldn't go that extreme, but my face would just be saying it all, and I wouldn't have to say a word. You get what I mean?
100%.
Like, yeah. I guess I could be quite moody sometimes and maybe not very approachable. So yeah, work in front of house for me probably wouldn't work.
Not even a day as a host?
I mean, I've done it. I've done waitressing, and yeah, it's just not for me. Not for me. It's probably not a nice experience for the other people either. So yeah, probably better in the kitchen.
Where would you be if you could be anywhere? Like what kind of career are we looking at? Because I saw the Instagram, you know, I saw the fashionista flexing, I saw the fits, and I'm like, God damn, she's looking good. How's she in a kitchen?
Oh, thanks. What would I do if I wasn't cooking? That's the question, right?
You unlimited, like, free bank account. Parents aren't disappointed in you. Yanni supports you, which I know he never does. And, you know.
No, he does. He does. Oh, God. I don't think I would choose to work if that was the case. Would you?
I would. I actually have thought about this a lot. Once in a blue moon, I'll buy a scratcher. Trying to win $1 million, you know. You guys have scratchers, right? Little fucking scratcher. Yeah. So I buy a little scratcher thing. I'm gonna win $400 million, and it's just a chance. But if I do, I would pursue my passions. I'd put more money into the podcasts, and I'd put more money into my YouTube, and I'd be streaming a little bit more consistently. But I get bored doing what I enjoy because it's not stimulating. And that sucks, but I would also, I guess, maybe be working on bigger projects and not focusing on work. So I would be working in some capacity, but for a period of time, I wouldn't just ghost. I would still work for 15, 20 hours a week. I'd leave whenever the fuck I wanted. What, are you going to fire me? Lol, do it. Pussy, you won't. Like,
Fair enough.
Because I love my team and I appreciate my team. And that's been in every job I've ever worked. When I worked at Forever 21, when I worked at the gym, when I worked at any of these places, I would always be like, yeah, if I win the lottery, I'll work here like 15, 16 hours a week. I'll clean up, make sure everything's pretty, but fuck if you think I'm going to care.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, it's like kind of good to have something to kind of keep going and go to. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about what I would really do if I wasn't cooking.
Would you go back?
No way. No. I mean, before cooking, I did want to do makeup. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Always working for a magazine, that always kind of interested me as well. But again, I never kind of pursued it.
I feel like working for a magazine is a rom-com job.
Yeah.
It's a 90s rom-com, Julia Roberts, Anne Hathaway ass fucking job, bro.
Yeah. Main character job. It's great. But yeah, no, I never got into it. But yeah, I don't think I would actually work is the actual answer, sorry. Your question, as bad as that sounds.
No, I got to be a trust fund baby kind of for like 6 months taking care of my grandma in San Francisco. Yeah. Blank checks handed to me whenever I needed money, whatever I needed. And I was a raging drug addict. Not raging. I've never done coke, heroin, or meth, but anything that I could procure, I was doing, taking acid in the middle of the day. Like for like 4 months, I wasted like 28 grand. Boom, right out the fucking window. Just fucking right out the window. No questions. Just gone.
That's insane.
It was so fucking cool. But you find out that it doesn't fill the void in your soul.
Yeah, I can see maybe why.
Yeah, so it was just so much fun. I fell in love with a girl. You know, she moved in. We started our little life together with all this free money and then moved out without free money anymore. And, it was nuts. Yeah, she was crazy. I was also crazy. That was a good relationship. It was about a year, wonderful. Shout out if you're listening. She's not. She's got her kids and her husband. She's doing great, but.
Okay, that's great.
This was when I was a kid.
Roller coaster.
It was great. San Francisco was an adventure. I could talk about San Francisco forever. If you want to hear more about it, everyone, quick plug. Listen to Can I Harass You for a Second? Every Sunday. It pops down every Friday after that. Olivia and I talk about San Francisco goddamn every episode, so check it out. Feel free. I was going to ask you, because you have such a shit schedule, you're working 100 hours, you're working 100 hours a week. Actually, no, I'll say a story and then I'll ask a question. This podcast almost didn't happen because I messaged the person that I was supposed to message. I messaged Maria and I went, hey, dog, what time are you available and when do you have a laptop? Let me know. And she kindly said, no, I don't have a laptop. Sorry, been super busy, mate. And I was like, okay, when's a good time for you? I know you're on vacation. When can we get this figured out? She replied once more with like, oh, not sure, gonna be super busy, doing a bunch of things. I went, dope, cool. Message Johnny, I'm like, hey, why is your sister swerving me? I was just trying to like get to the bottom of it. I get a phone call at 3 a.m. my time, so about 11 a.m. for the UK, so, 10 or 11 a.m. for the UK people. And it's Yanni hysterically laughing. And apparently I was getting swerved like I was trying to rizz the honey up. Now, while I appreciate how I got swerved when I didn't even realize I had been swerved, I'm not trying to date you, lady.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought you were someone completely different. I was so oblivious. Please believe me when I say I was so oblivious. I was like, who is this guy? Why does he want my laptop?
Yeah, why does he want to know if I have a laptop? And I went, that is a weird question. Now, I will give her the benefit of the doubt because I did not mention at any point a podcast or who I was. But I'm a household name. I'm a household name with the fucking Yannis. With all of the Yannis. Mom knows me. Dad knows me.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I just thought you were a dude from work trying to slide into my DMs and yeah.
I will say, like I said the first time, you did really good about letting me down. I would have felt like maybe she was going to reschedule. Like there was still a chance, dog, and you made me feel really good about it. You made me feel really good about it.
That's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's both. It means that you have curbed enough people, but done it cautiously enough to not like want to continue conversation, but give them that little sliver of hope of like, I'm looking good today. They look in the mirror, they're like flexing a little bit. They're like, oh man, she's just a little bit busy, dog. You know what I mean?
Oh God.
So
I think maybe I just need to be more straight up.
Yeah, no, be a bitch. Just make it mean.
I can do that.
So
but we're here, right?
Yeah. But with your crazy schedule, how are you finding dates? Do you go on dates? Are you not even looking? Like, where are you at in that pool right now in your life?
Do I go on dates?
And yes, taking a guy that you don't want to hang out with, but is free food is still a date. That is still a date.
No, that doesn't even happen. Yeah, I say I'll go on a few. I would say not that many. But yeah, it is hard trying to like schedule in, say, a weekend because most people have their weekends off. I don't. Very rarely I do. But yeah, I guess if I was wanting to meet someone, I'd have to meet them out. I'm not on any dating apps or anything, so.
Is there any reason you're not on any dating apps, given your small window of opportunity that you have? Not like you're not like ovary dying. I'm talking about like your time.
Yeah, as in like why I'm not on them.
Yeah. Why do you choose to? Because I feel like that would be a good way to set up. And people, I'm only on one or two of them, and I'm terrible at them. I'm not. I don't understand how they work.
I mean, when I was on them, I was on one, say, not on them. I was only on one. Yeah, I just kind of felt nervous, like meeting up with a random person that I never met before. I just didn't really like the whole thing. It just didn't really sit well with me. I'd prefer to just kind of either meet someone through friends or say I'm going out somewhere, which is rare. But yeah, when I do, then trying to talk to different people.
So if you've already gone out and you're meeting a stranger, what is changing you getting to know the stranger then meeting with them?
I don't know. It's just makes me a bit nervous. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point.
So
I feel like because I've met them and I've had a conversation with them and I can see them, I just feel more comfortable.
But wouldn't you have already met? That's the issue that I'm running into. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it as far as from a woman's point of view. We have talked. We have conversated. We've talked about X, Y, Z. But then when it comes to that, like, hey, let's settle down. Let's get a coffee. Let's go play pool. I know you don't drink. We can get like soda or something, whatever. Like when I'm setting those up, it seems to fall through more often than not, even though this person seems to be comfortable with me. They're texting me first. I'm getting good mornings. I feel like a fucking king.
Yeah. Dear, that's a tough one. I don't know. I think for me, it's just nerves meeting that person after, like, say, talking, and then you actually have to meet them. I just getting really nervous. I don't know what it is. Wouldn't you? I
love strangers. I've done many a thing that have to communicate with random people at all times. I was a terrible drug dealer, but I knew a lot of people and everybody came to me. I never made any profit, but everybody came to me. I was very open and honest about all these things. This is the prices. This is the breakdown. When it came to waiting, when I was a waiter, when I was a server, boom, this is what we're looking at. These are our specials. This is what you normally get. I'm just going to put what you normally get. They'd laugh. tell me to change it. It wasn't a change. It's what they did every single time. But we got that. Boom. You know, so it's enthralling to meet strangers. I love stories. I was a bard in a previous life, sharing stories from town to town. Buy me a beer, I'll tell you a story. You know? So
nice.
It's exciting for me, but I also know that I'm a lot because I don't want to over talk. I love talking. It's one of my favorite things if you haven't figured that out.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing. I'm the opposite.
I mean, I guess but I don't feel like I'm like, all right, come on, like drawing shit. Sometimes when you're in a date situation, you're like, oh my God, we have to go through this entire hour and a half and you have already wasted all of the good not good questions, but just I'm like, well, I guess I'll ask the next question. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So how would you alleviate that for a duder like me? I'm a poor bloke. I'm just drinking a pint at the end of the bar. You smile at me, I smile at you. You know, I send you a refill of whatever you're looking. I come over, we're talking. How can you alleviate my stress and how can I alleviate your stress in that moment?
Personally, if the other person was speaking more and like asking questions, and then I guess I'll probably start feeling more comfortable, because in that moment I'm just gonna be like, oh my God, there's this person coming over to me, and then the panic will kick in. You
do have spinach in your teeth, by the way. I want you to know that. So that's a factor. Wow. That's a factor.
You would say that?
No, I'm just saying in general, like I'm saying as far as in this encounter, now we add on another layer where you also have spinach in your teeth.
Wow.
Yeah. So how are we dealing with that? How are you going to roll out of this one real quick?
So I'm the person with the spinach in their teeth.
Yes, and I haven't said anything, but I do keep glancing down at it. I'm really enjoying our conversation.
At that point, I'll probably just be like, do I have something in my teeth? Because you just keep looking at me.
No, it's really pretty. It's just one little speck right there. Oh. See, boom, averted. Now we're doing fine. We're in the next part of the conversation. You do a little nail chisel, we're fine.
A what? A nail chisel?
Yeah, just a little scritch, with a nail.
And now, okay. To be honest, I'd rather you say it to me.
100%? You'd rather me talk about it than just like sit there and be like, oh, don't tell her.
Oh, hell no. Because then if I go to the bathroom and I see I've got a bit of spinach in my teeth, I'm not going to be too happy.
It's a big one too. It's a really leafy one. Like, it's nuts that you haven't noticed this.
God. I mean, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're just there with spinach in your teeth. But yeah, it'd be great if someone told me.
What is your, I mean, everyone's got different icks, but what's an ick that when you're having that first conversation, especially because like I said, I'm going on this first date, really nervous. I haven't gone on a date in probably like 4 or 5 years. You know, it's been a while. You know, you kind of go on dates, but you kind of, I've just been a gremlin dog. I've been a night gremlin. I've been working at the overnight for 8 years. And then I was beholden to Yanni for 2 years or like a year and a half. Like it was like all these things that kind of just stacked up where it was like, well, I guess my life is video games now.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, that's great that you got a date. Saturday, you said?
Yeah, Saturday we're going to play pool.
Ooh, nice date. I like it.
I'm not very good at pool, but I like playing pool. And usually the other person's not that good at pool either. So it's not like if you go out and play bowling and someone just fucks you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, what's an ick? What's something like not really something to avoid. I know how to talk to girls, lol. But what's something you wouldn't enjoy, or a couple things like topics you're like, oh, wow, I guess we're going into this right now?
I don't mind being asked anything as long as it's not too personal.
Well, we're not going risque. Like, I think this girl's a little randy, but at the same point, I'm not going to be like, so when do you suck dick? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just going to like throw these motherfuckers down. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. That's good. What's an ick of mine? I wouldn't say it's anything to do with like what they say or like what questions they're asking me. That's a really tough question, actually. Tell me yours first. What would yours be?
It's so funny because I've always tried to write down red flags for myself, but the red flags make me happy because it's exciting. And then I'm in too deep.
It always is that way.
Oh no, it's invigorating. Also, I've always been the bad boy. I dated a girl that went to Berkeley and she was doing pre-med and she graduated just fine, honors and all that shit, but she did start smoking weed and that ruined her family and also premarital sex. She was really, she was torn about that. I can't imagine how the family felt. So it was just one of those things where it was like, I was always the bad boy. So I've had to maintain that aura. And now that I'm like a fucking adult, I can't be like the bad boy because that's just it's tedious, Also, it's so blasé. Well, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
So I was a regular hooligan. So now that I'm like, I'm doing my thing. Like, I don't have a box spring under my bed. I sleep with my mattress on the floor. Yeah, I'm a little bit degenerate, and I don't have a whip. I don't have a car. which is fine. The bus systems here are good. I take lifts to work because I'm fancy.
Nice.
But it's one of those things that I'm always so scared that someone just might enjoy the time and I'm not enjoying the time with them. You know, like they're really into me. They're super about it, all this shit. And I'm just like bored of them. Not even because they're not like crazy, just because they're mundane. They're banal. Yeah. You know?
So you're worried that you're going to have to deal with them liking you more than you like them.
And that they're boring as fuck.
So that's your worry?
That's my worry, that you are boring as shit. You are basic. You do not contribute to the conversation. Everything you say is useless. Like it sucks because I get so into my head of like, you don't have to be cool. You don't have to be cool. You're not that cool. Shut the fuck up. And then I also find myself getting into this like, what if they're cooler than me? I got to rank up my cool, you know? So it's this battle. Go, sorry.
Yeah, no, but I was going to say, but then it's probably even more exciting for you because then you have something that you, I guess, want to start not chasing, but, you know, up in your game.
No, chasing would be the correct word. Yeah, like, I feel like, you know, pursuing a goal to attain, because like I've lived a fun life, you know, from like age 20 to 30, I did whatever the fuck I wanted, lived freely, balls deep. Awesome. It was fun. I always had a place to stay and a fucking hot meal, but the city took care of me. People took care of me. The world took care of me. Now that I'm older, these stories are prolific. They're fun. They make me who I am, but it's not a personality. I need to develop my own personality. And for so long, I've just kind of mirrored the people around me. And I have definitely my own personality. I have my own sense, but that doesn't get to come out around a lot of people because A, it scares some people. And then B, it's just, oh, wow, that kid just said that. And you kind of have to be used to me saying those things. You know what I mean? Nothing racist, nothing homophobic, xenophobic, just the audacity of the things that I say sometimes. Like, oh, that was aggressive, you know? And I just feel like I don't want to bore the person that I'm interested in and vice versa. I don't want them to bore me. I worry so heavily that I'll be bored. And then really it's slim pickings. So do I continue dating this girl even though I find her boring? Am I reading too much into it? You know, it's a whole thing. My icks are terrible. I'm a douche.
Your icks. Oh, I mean, to be honest, I've never heard of that one. What you're describing.
Well, no one's going to be honest about that because everyone just wants to get into everybody's pants, and that's awesome. I'm a big sexual person. We love it. I'm a big, you know, a big fan of it. But at the end of the day, it can't make up everything because when you're fucking rickety and all you got to talk about is the weather, you kind of want to fuck with that person. You know what I mean? You kind of want to be like with that person instead of just like with that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. You have got to have that connection. That's your ick. Wow. What am I going to say now? I feel like, to be honest, mine is more, obviously, you know, about my munching noises, which I can't stand. I guess if someone's going a bit ham with that on the first date, then yeah, I'm not going to be too impressed.
Have you been in a scenario where someone's just smacking lips and fucking like...
Yeah, oh, yes. Yes. And I can't say anything because I'm just polite and won't say anything.
But then you're
just kind of let them down after.
You're going to ghost them?
Well, I wouldn't ghost them. I'll just be like, listen, I'm busy.
That's ghosting, lady. Reverse ghosting. Reversed racism.
Oh, God, that's not ghosting. I would say they should just get the message.
I guess.
I don't know. Usually when the date ends, I guess you kind of get the vibe with the other person, whether you're going to have another date or not. No?
Do you kiss on a first date? Because like I'll break down like my last relationship. Literally, I invite girl over to watch Big Hero 6. I know, romantic. And then I'm hitting bong loads on the couch. She's on the other couch. And she's like, hey, come sit over here. Still not getting it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, no, I guess I'm a little far away. That's weird. And then I'm sitting next to her. And then she starts making out with me. And I'm like, dope. And then we go to the bar, with our coworkers, and we're kissing a little bit and stuff. And then I'm walking home. I'm like, fucking quarter mile away from the bar. I'm walking home past her car, and she's like, where are you going? I was just going to head home. You don't have to drive me. It's cool. And she's like, you can stay at my house. I went, oh, cool. And then, boom, coitus, dope. Woke up the next morning. There's a Snapchat that I have of like, where am I? Because I was in this really comfy bed. I'm like, where the fuck am I? And then the girl came in from the bathroom and I was like, ooh. So I guess I had a girlfriend then. That's how my relationships work. A woman comes into my life and goes, "You're mine now. Thank you." And I'm like, "Oh, dope. I'm dating someone."
That sounds pretty easy.
It
That
is
sounds like a walk in the park.
But then setting up the same scenario to happen again is like lightning striking a bottle twice, right?
You mean with the same person or a different person?
Oh, no. If I haven't dated you twice, we haven't actually dated. That's my...
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
But no, like, it does sound easy, but that was, I don't know what I did. And then now it's over. So I got to like replicate that. But the replicating, getting some girl to literally be like, well, let's hang out. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like the girl that I'm going on a date with wolf whistled at me when I walked into work. I was off an hour of sleep. I didn't even realize it. And I was on the forklift, like pulling some things down. I went, oh my God, I have to go talk to her.
There's no way. Did she actually?
115%.
That's crazy.
I got wolf whistled at. I was objectified, and that was awesome.
You liked it?
115%.
Wow.
Because I don't have like a, like confidence. My confidence is in Mesric, the gamer, the guy with the accolades in the video game. So I've let Calvin kind of sit to the wayside for a little bit. But now Calvin's coming back swinging.
Calvin's back.
Calvin's back.
Calvin's back. I mean, did you like the fact that she made the first move?
Yeah, because I talked to her a couple times. Like one time, I literally ripped the gooch in my pants, like the whole gooch thing, because it just, I squat too much and, whatever. Apparently I got a fat ass. Who knows? But then I was walking away. I'm like, yeah, bro, I just got to buy these pants. She's like, oh, what happened? I'm like, bro, I ripped my whole fucking gooch. Crazy. And I'm walking away. She's like, nice butt. And I'm like, oh, thanks. And then I was at home cooking my egg and I flipped the egg and I was like, she was fucking flirting with you. And it was like 2 hours later.
Then you realized.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours later. And that happened twice. The third time was when she wolf whistled at me. And that was when I went, are you free to go on something? When are you off? And
I feel like this is the start of a romance.
Oh.
Just put it out there. Just put it out there. I feel like it's happened 3 times before you actually asked her out on the date. All these little things. You're going to be fine. You're going to get along, both of you.
I'm just nervous, baby Calvin, it's a whole story, but baby Calvin is always, this little protected guy. He's just a little guy, so.
It's just a little guy. It'll be fine, though. You'll be fine. You've got to get out your comfort zone.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Which I'm sure you'll be fine with.
Yeah, well, it's pool at a place that I know that's neutral and... it's, worst case scenario, I've got backup. My friend said, hey, if you need us, let me know, if she starts going crazy or something. But I'm really excited. I'm actually, it's something that I've been waiting for a long time, like that first date vibe. Because, like, I used Hinge. I used the Bumble. I used the Tinder Gold. I paid for the Tinder Gold.
What is Tinder Gold?
You get more super likes and all this other shit. People see you more. I don't know. It's all crap. It's all a hawk of shit. I went on one date in 2020, like right out, like 6 or 8 months after when they started like opening up a couple things, and the date was fun. We went to a breakfast place. She was awkward. She bored the hell out of me.
Why does she bore you? What did she do?
Just didn't. Her conversation skills were non-existent. And I would ask a question and I would get a one-word answer. And I would be like, all right, cool. Guess we're not getting to know each other. And then her car broke down when she dropped me off. So we had to hang out for like another 30 or 40 minutes. And
the universe was like, nope.
Yeah.
I'm staying right here with this woman.
Even there, I was like, all right, cool. I guess whatever. And even there, we watched a TV show and the opening scene of the TV show is this dude masturbating and he nuts on somebody as they teleport into the room. And I'm sitting there and I'm enjoying it. It's like Future Man or something. I don't know. It was a good show. It's got the guy from Hunger Games, the hot dude. It's got him in it. But I was watching that and I was like, okay, I understand her humor now. And I was kind of vibing with it. I was smoking bowls. She smoked a little bit, a little bit of weed. And then it was just weird. It was awkward. And then she left, gave me a hug and said, hey, let's do this again sometime. And she's like, yeah, no, I definitely ghosted the fuck out of me. And I was like, your car broke down in my fucking house, bro.
No, she ghosted you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I thought it was going to be the other way around.
Nope. She goes, I was like, oh, I might as well give it a shot. And then I texted her like the next day, like, hey, so when are we thinking of getting together again? And then didn't fucking hear from her. I'm like,
that's a ghosting.
Yeah, no.
That's what I would call ghosting.
Super ghost.
Super ghost. We all got to have one of those.
No,
Fine,
100%.
all good.
It humbled me because I definitely thought I was a little bit more attractive than her. And then in the back of my head, I'm like, you're a piece of shit, Calvin. Never say that about anyone else.
Oh my God. It's fine. It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. A little bit of hope, a little bit of that. We always finish off an episode. I ask a profound question.
Okay.
What advice would you offer to either the world or younger you? I'm talking 17 or 22-year-old you. She's lost. She doesn't have her photography. She's looking for a gig. What advice would you offer that 22-year-old?
Wow. This turned deep. What advice would I give my younger self? To just calm down.
Fucking
and not
chill.
To stress. Just chill. Just chill. And things will be a lot clearer. It's probably not the best advice, but...
Is it something you think you would have benefited off of at the age of 22?
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely. Just not to stress too much. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. But yeah, that's my bit of advice.
Well, thank you. Everyone, this has been Dinner at Mesric's. My name is Mesric. They call me Cal. Today we've had the wonderful Maria. Is there anything you'd like to shout out? If not, you'd like to remain anonymous, that's fine.
Yeah, anonymous is cool.
Cool. You don't exist. Nobody knows you're real.
Nobody knows me.
Technically, you don't exist because I've never seen you.
I don't exist. It's great. Yeah.
Well,
thank you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful little sesh.
I'm glad you enjoyed. I learned a good portion about myself from this. Usually I try to let other people speak and get out their story, but you gave me a lot of opportunities to get really introspective with myself. So
yeah, great. I'm glad you spoke because again, told you, not a speaker. But yeah, it's been really great.
All right. I'm going to say, thank you for coming to the dinner table. Make sure you put your plate in the sink on your way out.
Of course.
We will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.